Lancastar.
So nervous.
Yeah. Check, check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, y'all? Not yet, man. Not yet. We live, Lancaster. We got a good one for y'all today. Hey, what's good, y'all? We are live. Lancastar. Look who we got DJ. DJ NENA, what's good? We got JY3 in the building.
What's good, y'all? JY3 here, straight from Brooklyn. Appreciate the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to get to it. Do it.
And we got my fat ass DJ G Logic. I'm heated because I forgot to take my fucking do-rag off and brush my waves. And NENA, what's up?
What's up? Sorry, my voice is so gone.
Okay. You was partying way too hard last night.
Too much.
You was at the club, but you forgot the tequila. Tequila would have took care of all that shit. Now you just gonna need some honey and some water.
Some tea.
Tea.
Ginger is where it's at. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
Ginger, honey, and water.
Oh.
It would have been Gucci. So you already know Easy V is out on vacation right now. So Easy V, I know you having fun on vacation, but don't have too much fun. So you already know in Brooklyn, we got a lot of talent that came from Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
And one of them is one and only JY3.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I go by JY3. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Bushwick to be exact. I'm an artist. Yeah, and I'm just out here trying to work on getting to know people. I just moved out here to Lancaster, by the way. Less than 2 months ago, so I'm fresh out here. So being on this platform is, surreal, honestly. So yeah, I'm an artist, and I do a few more things on the side. We can talk about that a little bit.
As far as doing music in Brooklyn, what was like the first studios and all that you got in?
Honestly, the first studio that I was in was our own studio. So my mom, she had a youth program since I was 13 years old, and her youth program was focused around music, dancing, acting, everything visual arts. Visual art, as far as like painting, she was doing everything. So my first studio was our studio, the crib, in the venue.
And was this something that you was doing independently? You had somebody behind you?
Honestly, the whole way through it was me and my mom, bro. Yeah, like everything that I've learned, been through, was with her, Shout out to my mom, man. Jazzo Brooklyn. I miss you, mom. You know that.
Shout out to moms. You can always depend on moms to make sure that, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
They stand behind you 100%.
100%, yep.
But then it gets tricky because they always gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I already know.
Anything you put out is fire. They might set you up at the same
Nah,
time.
I ain't gonna lie. She's honest with me. Like if some shit is garbage, she gonna tell me like, yo, that's not it. But if it's fire, she gonna support it to the max.
Yeah.
No doubt. So yeah.
And did you think to yourself like this is something I'm gonna take 100% all the way? Or was it something that, you know what I'm saying, like in the beginning you felt that it might just be a venture that you was just experimenting with?
Yeah. Honestly, in the beginning when I was 13, I didn't really know how far I could take it. And I wasn't really like interested in taking it far. I'm a basketball kid first. So
Yeah.
so first is basketball and then music follows after that. So I would say recently I kind of kind of thought, I kind of know I could take it far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely now in this point in my life, I feel like I can take it far, and I want to take it far as I can, as far as I
Yeah.
can.
When was the last time that you was doing sports full time?
Honestly, like 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
Two
So you
months
still
ago.
playing?
I'm taking a little break right now, just coming. I'm out here in PA,
Yeah.
but it's funny because, ah man, shout out to my guys. My guys not trying to hear this right now, but the day before I came to PA, we had a finals game, and we lost the game by like 8 points, and we was up 17 points, bro, with 7 minutes left. So we choked that whole shit, and that was the day before I came to PA. So I came to PA on some like fuck basketball shit. Like we just
Yeah.
lost the finals. It was heartbreaking. Motherfuckers was crying, and I'm like, yeah, basketball. I'm taking a little break right now. So, but I love basketball though. Like next month, 2 months from now, I definitely plan on playing again and getting back to it. Yeah,
That's good because it keeps you working out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah, it keeps you healthy,
It
keeps
keeps you.
you
It's something
engaged.
else to even take your mind off music sometimes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You fuck around and get writer's block,
yeah,
shit like
absolutely.
that. And also, if you dedicate your full life into music
Yeah,
and take away from your live experience, then what'll happen is you will tend to keep yourself from gaining more experience in life and
yeah,
having less to talk about. You know
yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's true. Honestly, like full transparency, I feel like I'm having writer's block like right now. Like I was in the studio a few days ago with my cousin. Shout out Felix, Flex Studios. You already know.
Flex, what up,
Yes,
Flex?
sir. Yes, sir. Best producer in the city, man. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I was in the studio with him, and I'm like, damn, I'm having trouble coming up with shit to talk about. And all my songs are like heartbreak songs, love songs. And right now in this moment, I'm not heartbroken.
Yeah.
So it's like hard for me to talk about shit. But it'd be like that. It's only a momentarily thing. I'll get some words on a paper soon, and I got some music for y'all. So
I know it's a personal question, but
yeah.
are you in a situation right now
Nah.
or
Right
no?
now, I'm fully single. You
Yeah.
know, uh, trying
Pause. I'm not asking
to.
for me. I'm just saying
Now
in
the ladies gotta
case for the
know though.
ladies that's out there
Ah, yeah.
watching.
Now
You know
right
what I'm
now,
saying?
JY3 is single, fully single,
Yeah.
no situationships. I'm just out here trying to just focus and work, and just build my potential. That's it, really.
Uh,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes you gotta wait for that to come. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When you young, you rush to get into a situation, especially in school and all that.
Yep.
Because at that age, it's cool to do it.
Yeah,
It's
everybody's doing
cool
it
to
too.
have something around you. You know what I'm
All your
saying?
friends got
Arm
shorties in high
around something
school,
while y'all
middle
walking
school.
down the halls and
Yeah.
all that. I was always into sports and shit like that. So
Yeah.
in high school, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't my priority. My priority was more looking good.
Yeah.
Because I was on the football team. Shout out to the Tornadoes. Shout out to Reynolds Raiders and all that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes,
went to
sir.
Reynolds Middle School, then I went to McCaskey.
Mm.
But when it came to the sports, I ain't gonna lie, I was trash.
For real.
I was trash.
So you was trash
But
in
I had the
football?
jerseys though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's the drip. That's
So
the
the
respect right there. You walk around the school, the campus with your jersey on, it's a different aura. I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie.
so I used to have people arguing over my jerseys and shit.
Yeah.
Thought it was something cool. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Yeah, man.
Nah. Shout out to sports though, cause like I know for me, I was never in the streets as a kid, cause my mom had a leash on me.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of my friends that were in the streets, and I know that basketball kind of saved their lives and took them off the streets. So shout out to basketball. Shout out to all sports for that reason alone. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
shout out
saying?
to everybody in sports right now. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Make sure you stay in sports.
Hell yeah.
If that's your goal, accomplish it. Make it
Hell
to the
yeah.
end, man. See where it takes you, because it definitely could make you rich.
Absolutely.
You could definitely get rich off of balling.
Nowadays, you got contracts that's 300 million.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers in baseball getting signed for 800 million. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out
That's
to
a big
sports though.
facts.
Shout out to
Shout
sports,
out to
man.
everybody in the sports. So we're gonna go to the social medias right now, right? Real quick,
Copy.
I just want to make sure that this shit is right. So, man, are you doing a great job? But is there any way you can stem it to where the vocals is off? Yeah, there you go. So now every track you play after, make sure that's on. Because what happened is they'll shut the whole live off because of the lyrics.
Shout out Drake though, man. I got Drake over Kendrick in that beef. I ain't gonna lie. What you think about the beef? I know it's like 3 months old, not even like probably a year now. It's crazy.
Honestly, I don't really like to take sides on any of it because of my position in the industry.
Yeah.
I kind of sort of have to keep a neutral stance on everything.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. I understand that.
But it's good marketing if you ask me.
Yeah, it is.
For promotional purposes only.
A lot of people say that was the greatest rap beef in history.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were saying that. I'm like, I don't know about history.
In this generation. There's not a lot of people that was around in the past to be able to decipher that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna speak on this generation. And as far as this generation, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I agree.
I mean, rap wasn't around that long to even say somebody was the best rap battler 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Shit's only been around for about 20, 30 years.
Which is crazy.
30, 40 years.
Which is crazy because the culture, like hip-hop, rap, I feel like got the culture in the chokehold.
Yeah.
Like as far as music.
Facts.
Yeah. You know?
There's different genres that come out that, you know what I'm saying, have a time limit, I feel like, a timestamp. And trap right now is still making its rounds, but still kind of like sort of dimming down as they, you know what I'm saying, like shape it to modern music and shit like that. A lot of it would come out like drill and trap, where it was hardcore when they come out. Yeah. But then it starts turning to the love.
Yeah. And
the love side,
like,
so the
like
love
that.
trap, the love
like
drill,
like that,
and shit like that. And all that, I feel, is necessary in order to keep 100% of the listeners engaged into your music. Yep. Because if it's too hard, then it's more male oriented. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if it's too soft, it's just female oriented. Yeah. Now when you keep it, you know what I'm saying, in between,
you get both those audiences.
And you're gonna sell out a show way better. You know what I mean? Because
I feel like as a male artist, I think tapping into the ladies is definitely like will keep you around for a long time.
Yeah.
Definitely both, of course. But I feel like, for example, like Chris Brown, like Drake, like they all for the ladies. And I listen to Drake and Chris Brown all day, but I feel like tapping into the shorties is a way to like have longevity. You know?
The best part about talking about that is that we got a female here with us today.
Hell yeah. Yo, make some noise in the chat, man. Chat,
and she's like, oh man, like, he's about to make me talk. So before NENA says anything, I just want to let y'all know that she was doing her thing last night, DJing at Ella Mars. Shout out to Ella Mars. Yep. And I guess she was doing her thing at 1,000%, so she kind of sort of lost her voice a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to NENA doing her thing. Yeah. And what you call it, back to our question. As a female, what do you feel gravitates you towards an artist in their music?
Just someone who's like...
Bring the mic a little bit closer to you. So.
Kind of like we were talking about earlier, that's like it's real. Like I like when music is real. Like I can really feel it. And that's what like draws me to that person, to that artist.
And as a female DJ, what do you play music based off?
Based off?
So you respect music in the sense that there's feelings, emotions, and experience behind it.
Yeah.
Does it affect the way you choose your music?
I guess it's a little different for DJing because you're at a club, you want to be hype, you don't really want to your feelings. Yeah. So I just go based off the crowd, the environment, where I'm at. Whether I play Spanish music, English, rap, anything, house music. Yeah.
Do you connect with the crowd? Do you feel you connect with the crowd emotionally?
Yeah.
As opposed to DJ wise and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen how you DJ before, and I've seen your interactions with other females on the dance floor, how y'all can lock eyes onto each other and, you know what I'm saying, really connect, and you already know how they feel in the same song, the same way you feel it, and y'all sing along and all that. So would it be that you connect more with the females at parties?
Yeah, I think so.
Because of that?
Yeah, the types of music too. I play sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, people be wanting to twerk and stuff. So, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if it's females just at the club
Yeah.
with their bands and all that, given the advantage that the DJ is a female, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be too much. Yo, why you up there talking to the DJ for if a DJ is a guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
More freedom.
DJs do tend to get a lot of attention,
Yeah.
and especially at clubs and stuff like that. And a lot of times females come up to the DJ booth and with the intentions of just kind of maneuvering the DJ to play the music that they want, but at the same time, still keep a vibe. So it's hard to not look like you have malicious intent when you in a DJ booth and you dancing the way a female would dance, and it's a male DJ, and then you trying to tell the DJ, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Play that song. They don't know what you're saying from far away.
Right.
So it's like if they man is on a dance floor and they looking at the DJ with his girl next to him, and she talking about play something, but he can't really depict what she's saying.
Yeah.
But she's saying it while she's dancing. It's like, well, I know this bitch ain't up there fucking. You know what I'm saying? Did she just give her her number? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did he just bang my jaw in
Yeah,
front
right
of me?
in front of
Like
me,
in
like,
front of the
what?
whole club?
Nah, that's crazy.
Wait till this DJ get off that booth. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden bottles is flying, all types of shit. So,
man.
especially if you in a situation where you at a club or you at a party and everybody's drinking and smoking and all that, you're not 100% in control of your mind and your thoughts and all that. So shit goes sour a lot. I done been through it. You know what I'm saying? So I done been through situations and we'll look at it like, bro, come on, bro. You serious, bro? I was DJing. Your girl was, you know what I'm saying, hawking me on the left to play fucking Macarena. You know what I mean? I'm not playing no Macarena. You talk about we was trying to get together and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. So, but yeah, being a female DJ, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, you have a whole light to shine on a different type of experience. And it's dope. It's something that right now is on the come up. So you getting into this lane of DJs on the female aspect, you still have a wide open lane. You know what I'm saying? And doing that and being able to connect with females and all that and keep the groove going, because club ain't no club without females.
It's a fact.
Ain't nobody trying to go to a club with all guys in it.
Right.
So keep doing your thing on that. So
Absolutely.
with the music, right? As far as an artist, and speaking about experiences and stuff like that, is there times that you will get stuck on a song and replay that shit no matter where you go?
I ain't gonna lie, I do that to this day with songs I made 2-3 years ago, because like when I hear that specific song, it takes me back to like what I was going through, you know. And like I think the beauty about music is like it's like a growth. For example, like, you know, we all experience trauma in our life. We all been through shit, fucked up shit, but putting it into a song and seeing that trauma and those emotions form into reality is like the best feeling for like an artist or a creator in general. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to this day I listen to music that I made and I'm like, yeah, I really went through that shit. Damn. I'm like, damn, I really left her and then go back, because sometimes with somebody you think you can't ever leave them, and it's like, you know, you go back, it's like, damn, it's been 2 years and I
It's because you miss her?
Nah.
Even if the song is talking bad about your experience,
I ain't gonna
you think
lie.
it'll still bring you back memories that might give you a 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I wrote this because of her, but shit, I'll give it another chance.
I'm keeping it a buck. It depends who it is. It depends who it is and how it ended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I ain't saying I miss no ex. I ain't about to say that on live, because, you know, nah, but
Yeah, not on live. You know what I'm saying?
But I do think it will resurface, you know, old memories and, you know, time spent with each other and shit. So
Yeah.
you know, but you know, you left that person for a reason. So that's what I tell myself. Like, I could love you, think you know, beautiful still, like, but I left you for a reason. So if I go back to you, I'd be playing myself. And everybody changes too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people stay the same.
Yeah.
But you know,
Now, with the songs that you will keep on repeat, and this goes to you too, Nena, the songs that you would keep on repeat, would it be a song that would relate to a situation, or just an all-around song that gives you a vibe?
That's a great question.
The vibe?
All around vibe.
That's a good question. I think
So that automatically says a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you could put a song on repeat and it's just a vibe that it gives you,
Yeah.
then you got a lot of party in you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ NENA. Party DJ NENA. But you know what I'm saying? It just shows that you have a more sentimental value when it's something that, if you continuously, you know what I'm saying, saving music or repeating music that is through a situation and through an experience or something that's relative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I ain't saying you senseless though. Look at us. He's like, no, I got feelings. I got feelings. I just don't got my voice right now, but I got feelings.
Yeah.
I tend to put a lot of songs on repeat that are about situations and could be relative to a lot of other people. Yeah. But honestly, I can feel what people saying in their music without necessarily even going through the shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, looking at the concept, because I'm an artist, because I'm a director, I'm a creative, you know what I'm saying? A creative person. So I look at the concept of music. Yeah. So you can look at the music because of what you went through. You can look at the music because of the vibe it gives you. And then you can look at the music because of how creative it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's different aspects of music.
And me being in artist development and shit like that, I tend to look at the conception of the whole thing, the concept part, the build, the storyline behind it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be able to tell if a song is jumping around all over the place, as opposed to it being a song that has a storyline behind it and it sticks to it. Because a lot of artists that don't really have, how you say, they're not really disciplined to stay on the same subject throughout the whole song. They tend to jump around a lot. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot harder for them to make a full song. And I always said that it's definitely the cause of a song not being able to be a long-lasting song, a song that is gonna go worldwide. A worldwide record is something that sticks to the subject.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like storytelling. Like King Von was great at that storytelling. Like you could hear one of his songs and you could like see it in your head. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yeah, I feel like my music is also similar to that, more personal because of what I went through. But like I said earlier, like everybody went through love. Everybody probably got cheated on somebody, and yeah, when it's like all one story, start to finish, then it just hit a little different.
Yeah. And with that, always just make sure that, you know what I'm saying, whatever your story is, build it, but give it an ending, unless you're going to come back with a sequel or something.
Yeah, that's tough too. Sequel is tough.
If you ever see the song, you know what I'm saying, with the Isley brothers, and how he's talking about how he caught his wife cheating on her. They were like 3 songs deep and continuously had people looking for part 2, part 3, and all that. They kept to the same subject, but it's still music that people was relating to and shit that was really happening, so you could really trust that this shit is real, or people could really vouch for them and say, listen, this shit, you know what I'm saying, it's some shit I went through, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I did that, you know what I mean? I was in a closet. I came out and got caught. I almost got killed over this shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's crazy, but definitely. So, as far as making music, right, what was the furthest that you got, or the closest that you got to feeling like you was on the right track and you was almost there, or is that what you're doing now? You know what I'm saying?
As far as like right track, as far as like making it?
Yeah, as far as like your closest, you know what I'm saying, your best experience in your whole, what you call it, your whole, you know what I'm saying?
Journey, music.
Your whole journey in music. What was the closest or the furthest that you've gotten?
Yeah, I'm
if it's not right now.
It's right now.
Right now. It's so right now it is.
Like, yeah, and it's crazy because, like I said, I started making music when I was 13, and I took, long breaks just because, it was for fun. But after my last relationship, like I put all my pain into my music, and you know, God willing and God like thank God because people were relating to what I was saying.
Yeah.
And me moving to Lancaster too, like it's been a lot of opportunities coming my way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hefa, shout out to Flash, shout out to DJ Logic.
Marie Nicole, what up, Marie?
Marie Nicole, yup.
Hefa.
So yeah, I've been feeling like I've been on the right path. And, you know, this is all God given, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be nowhere without God. I wouldn't be nowhere if I stopped doing what I was doing. You know, I feel like continuing to do something is a testament to making it one day, because you never know. If you keep doing what you got to do down that path, you're going to meet the right people. The right opportunities are going to present themselves. And yeah, I feel like right now I'm the most successful in music in my journey.
So as far as in Lancaster, you moved from Brooklyn to Lancaster.
Yeah.
A lot of people would probably move from Lancaster to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
When it comes to searching, you know what I'm saying, for that extra opportunity or that outside opportunity, because it is hard to grow in a small town like Lancaster. You know what I'm saying? But as time progresses, Lancaster is breeding a lot of more and more successful individuals.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with social media and all that, given the platform, a lot of these people are able to show themselves now. So they're coming out. It's not that they're coming out the woodwork. It's just nowadays it's more common for people to show the stuff that they doing. So we're beginning to see that Lancaster is the home of a lot more successful people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And connected individuals, because a lot of people out here are connected.
Yeah.
It was just harder to believe before because nobody was seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
I think Lancaster, that's the thing about Lancaster, that everybody's connected.
Yeah.
In New York, everybody's in competition.
Yeah.
You know, everybody trying to do music, everybody trying to do this, that. And that's cool. Everybody, you know, people do it for passion, do it for money and shit, but like the competition in New York is like, it kills everything that people are trying to do, because it's like, yo, we gotta work together. You know what I'm saying? And coming to Lancaster, I feel like, because what you said is true. Like, you would think a lot of people would want to go to New York because there's more opportunities. It's the big city. But honestly, I feel like it's easier to grow in a small town like Lancaster, because everybody's connected, like you said. Everybody knows each other. One good show, one good podcast could keep you like locked into this neighborhood, into this community. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel like New York has a lot of work to do, bro. As far as like teamwork and just working together and supporting each other, because
the lane is tight. The lane is tight in New York. Tight. There's a lot of people that, like you said, would be competitive against each other. I think it's a New York lifestyle to be, because even when you go to the nightclubs in New York, everybody's competing with each other for the VIPs. You know what I'm saying? Who could buy the most bottles? Who could blows the most smoke? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a lifestyle.
Who has the best, you know what I'm saying? Who has the best baddies in the VIP? Or even the females now is doing their thing in the clubs and more competitive when it comes to the music scene and stuff like that. So there's a lot more drill artists that are coming out, more females. There's a lot more, you know what I'm saying, like behind the scenes female entrepreneurs that are putting on just as much as guys now. So
honestly, I
now
think
you're not just competing against guys, you competing against females, because they
winning right now. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the ladies in the music game is winning right now. Like Glorilla, Sexy Red, who else? Lotto. I feel like the ladies in the music game are carrying music right now. Honestly, that's how I feel.
Would you listen to Would you listen to female rappers in the club and vibe out to their music?
Of course.
Being a guy, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because, you know, there's a big controversy as far as, you know, you see it on social media all the time, and how people will bash other guys because they vibing out to a female song in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's a fact. Shit, I feel like if you confident with yourself and what you got going on internally, you gonna do what you want. And like you're just gonna have fun doing it, you know? So
what you think is the best New York female artist in your opinion? I'm not even gonna tell you what's the best, because that might cause a little too much controversy. Give me your top 3.
Damn, you put me on the spot, bro. Who?
Unless you know more than 3.
Nah. Honestly, I'm trying to find one right now for you.
Just one?
Cause, give me some
female?
names. Who's a New York female artist?
Honestly, I gotta stay neutral.
Okay.
So I don't even want to say any or forget any because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm on the spot right now.
I still.
I think Lola Brooke is one of them ones though.
Lola
She
Brooke
from
is
I think
dope.
she from Bed-Stuy from Brooklyn. She's tough. You know, she got
Shout out to
features.
Brooklyn.
Shout out Brooklyn. Nah, yeah, Lola Brooke is one. I don't know. Do you know Scarlett?
Yeah.
Scarlett, she's also from New York, and her story and what she went through and the way she like puts that shit into music is the reason why she's blowing up. And her work ethic is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been following Scarlett for like 3 years, and she probably had like 8,000 followers. And now she's industry ready. You know, she's doing what she got to do. She got features. So shout out to Scarlett. I might give it to Scarlett off the hunger and like off the like potential and just like overall being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in New York.
We met her in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And we was out there, 50 Cent flew us out. We went out there for the, you know what I'm saying, for this whole thing that 50 had out there, basketball tournaments and all that, and there was a whole bunch of artists. He basically rented out 2 whole hotels.
Oh, word?
And had everybody fly in and literally sold out every single room in the hotels. So we was all out there, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely dope. Scarlett was out there though, and you know what I'm saying, we caught up with her in the VIP. One of the VIPs where they was doing a showcase, artist showcase. Not showcase because that was all mainstream artists that was performing, but it was a performance inside one of the hotels and all that. So she's mad humble though, mad cool.
Humble, yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
And you know what I'm saying? Talented individuals. So start up Scarlett. As far as you, NENA, what artists do you feel a female artist right now that would probably be the most played in your playlist? Humbly speaking, we're not gonna take none of this into she's a DJ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we could put her on the spot. When there's an artist, you know what I mean? The artist gonna come at an artist, but a DJ, we respect the DJs more because y'all know what the club wants. So what does your club ask for? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably a lot of Sexy Red.
Sexy Red?
Yeah.
Sexy Red's all over your playlist.
I mean, see, it depends where I'm at.
Yeah.
I play at places where there's a lot of older folks, so I'm playing like a lot of old school hip hop.
Yeah.
So I won't really be playing that when I'm there. So
And
kinda
there ain't
just
too many
depends
female
where I'm at.
artists, old school hip hop.
Yeah.
But that's in a sense of rap music. But there's a lot of R&B, you know what I'm saying, female R&B songs and all that shit that I'm pretty sure dominate your whole playlist. Now, as a DJ, right, what would you expect to play at clubs if an upcoming artist was to come up to you, which I know they do? How would you decipher if it's a song do you want to play, or do you give them, do you not give them a hard time? Because honestly, me as a DJ, I'm going to play the song. I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah, like a
And then I'm
song
going to
of
figure out
theirs.
where I can slide it in, but it's not just going to be throwing the song on. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like,
a song of theirs or like
yeah.
theirs. I mean, I never had that experience yet, but I mean, I guess yeah, it just depends. I feel like I would, you know, give them a chance to-
DJs are definitely important.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was what I was thinking in my head, bro.
DJs are essential
Essential.
to, you know what I'm saying, like pushing records and also finding the balance, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to your music, what type of music you making, what type of music you should make, and what type of music you know what I'm saying, you should probably stay away from. Because as a artist on the come up, right, you really want to like move the crowd.
Absolutely.
And a good DJ is not going to want nothing that's going to make the crowd stand still.
Yeah.
So they're going to gravitate against to more upbeat music. Now, being an artist and the type of music that you make could affect the reach of your work, because if you limit yourself to a certain crowd, then you're not gonna tap into the full potential.
Yeah.
And you
It's a
might
fact.
be missing out on millions.
Millions. Heavy on millions.
So
Yeah.
when you make music, of course you want to make the music that you know what I'm saying, that you relate to, that you going through your experiences, shit like that. But you also want to balance the type of music that you're gonna be able to play when you go on tour
Yep. Have people
and
dancing,
shit like that.
moving
Yeah,
around,
because if you
two-stepping.
keep the whole concert venue standing still,
Yeah. Nah, yeah.
you're gonna have half the people walking off on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you have to really like flex yourself as an artist to be able to, you know what I'm saying, counter those different aspects of the industry, of the music, to be able to tackle different crowds. But there's gonna be crowds that they're gonna love the R&B shit. They're
sure.
gonna love the slow music. They're gonna love all that shit. And Chris Brown is an artist that he could come with something that's a little on the rough edge, R&B shit, dance music, all included.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just straight gangster rap, then you just gonna limit yourself to some gangster shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You all for the females, you just gonna limit yourself to that.
Yeah.
So you gonna cut your potential into a fraction.
Yeah.
But you having the ability to put music in front of everybody, right? You just started basically on the DJ shit, right? So how long you been DJing?
2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
Have you done any like local artist performances or anything relative to an artist showcase?
Yeah, kind of. He's not really like known right here. To be honest, like this is gonna be rude, but I kind of forgot his name.
So there's an upcoming artist.
Yeah.
Okay, so you work with an artist, but not necessarily a talent show.
Yeah.
You just
not
DJ
that.
for the artist. So
Yeah.
you got to experience
Yeah.
a artist DJ
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Got you. So given that situation, that means you was in the building with him while most likely he was performing with other people that was performing and probably their own DJs, or probably they just used a house DJ or whatever. Now, my question will be going towards the crowd. How did you see the crowd? And how did you say to yourself, this is how I'm going to DJ? Or you already knew what the set list was going to be, and it might have not been the right one for that crowd? Or did you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like that performance itself could have been better because of his choice of music?
Yeah, so he was a artist from Puerto Rico, and I was like DJing at the Villanova at the time. So his music kind of was not right for the crowd there. Like, I look back at videos and everybody in the background was like, what the
It was a
heck is
forced,
going
it was a
on?
forced situation.
But I felt bad, you know. I did it for him just to get exposure. I mean, he wasn't there the whole night. He sang like 3 songs and then like left or chilled the rest of the night.
You think he knew? He recognized the fact that maybe it wasn't appropriate to run a full 20-song set?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm guessing, yeah.
Like, he got the drift. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know what? I'm playing this one more song. We're going to cut it right there. Don't even play it all the way. So that takes another, you know what I'm saying? That takes another ability to be able to recognize that situation and control it. So as an artist, that's very important to know that the song is dragging. And as a DJ playing for an artist that's performing, you know what I'm saying? You need to read the crowd and then tell yourself, like, this song ain't too, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this song halfway. It's good to go halfway on each song.
Nah, yeah, that's a good idea.
And just really like flex the crowd.
Yeah.
See what moves them the most. And the minute that the phones start turning off and people start, you know what I'm saying? The hands start staying low.
Yeah.
All right, cut that shit off. And you know what I'm saying? And from there, you'll give the cue to your artist for him to realize, all right, you know what I'm saying? We moving to the next one. So that's an important part for a DJ to recognize and to know and to work in hand with the artist. You know what I'm saying? So once you could maneuver with your artist like that, you save him from a lot of potential hazards to his image and You know what I'm saying? Reputation and shit like that. So, is it something that you would do again, or did it intimidate you?
No, I feel like it's something I'll do again.
You'll do it again?
Probably like in a different setting, at a different place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely do it again.
I would recommend definitely tapping into more artist related showcases, stuff like that. Because before anybody gets big, they start at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? You working with people as they're coming up. There's gonna be that $1 million lottery ticket winner.
Yep.
And they're gonna remember that you was there and you helped them out. Right. So stamp your name in history, you know what I'm saying? Tap in with those local artists and everybody and help them. Just as much as they're gonna help you, because they're gonna give you the experience that eventually you're gonna end up using once you're on a bigger stage with a bigger artist. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
You're already dope. You
Yeah,
rock the crowd and all that shit.
tough.
So you're already dope.
I ain't gonna lie, we gotta work together. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? We could, shit, you could be my DJ for the show, showcases. We could do all that. I'm down for everything.
Facts.
I'm down too.
Absolutely. But yeah,
That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Networking, connected.
Work together, man. Work together, you know?
As far as you performing, how do you feel you learned how to maneuver through performances and stuff like that from the first time you stepped on stage to your latest performance?
Honestly, I think it's all about preparation. It's all about preparation, because if you rehearsing, you know, putting in the hours, it's like a basketball game. If you in the gym shooting your free throws before the game, you know, mentally preparing yourself, then when it's showtime, you're gonna just be as confident as possible, because you know that you was putting in that work. You know that you sang this song 500 times with nobody watching, and honestly, just trusting yourself and trusting your music. You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta like really know where you at.
And heavy on know where you at, because like y'all was just talking about, like, certain crowds aren't fucking with the love songs.
Yeah.
Certain crowds aren't fucking with the drill shit. You know what I'm saying? My first show with Hefa, actually, which is crazy, I was doing my love song vibe, and the crowd was like, "Oh, okay." Like they wasn't like hyping, like moving around, but they were just like listening type shit.
Yeah.
And I'm used to that, because like not all my songs, but most of my songs are love songs, and I kind of want you to listen. I don't want y'all to like be raging, but I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. But after the show, I spoke to Flash, which is one of the curators to the events, and what he told me was, he was like, "Oh, don't worry about the crowd." You know, he was like, "Cause what your song has, like your songs are like $1 million songs that the crowd right here might not fuck with it, but the whole world will fuck with it." You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, but what you're saying is true too, though. Like at a certain point, you got to know where you going and what to bring, because you know you don't want to waste no opportunities.
Some people are blind to that.
Yeah.
And I think half the times that it does occur, where an artist tends to black out a little bit and not really pay attention to the crowd. Yeah. Sometimes you'll find that one person to vibe with, which is a good thing to do.
It is.
Because if you're shy and you try to break out of that shell, our advice to you would be, find somebody that you can vibe out with in the crowd.
They'll build you up.
And they'll build you so your performance could, you know what I'm saying, could vamp up and try to move the crowd that way. Absolutely. But also at a certain time, you gotta say, I'm vibing with him, but nobody else is vibing. Let me switch. Let me either switch it up, go to something different, which is good, to also make sure your DJ has those extra songs on the side where you could change the list up real quick if you need to, you know what I'm saying, to change your music up for the situation. For sure. And, you know, just doing pre-investigation and looking at where you're gonna be at and the type of music that's already popping in that area is definitely gonna help you out as far as with your performances and stuff like that. If they're already there, whether it's to see an artist perform on the upcoming or support, you know what I'm saying, or perform themselves, then they're already supporting the fact that somebody on the come up is gonna be on stage. So you could already expect love from that person. You could already expect to have some sort of interest, some sort of respect, you know what I'm saying, on the level of an upcoming artist, because you know that they was there for that reason.
Exactly.
whether it is to see an upcoming artist or be an upcoming artist. So don't ever think that everybody in the crowd is just there, and you know what I'm saying, like their energy towards you is gonna be 100% because of you being on the stage.
Yeah, you gotta earn that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So it's more, a lot of people are gonna study you.
Yeah.
In those type of situations, it's gonna be people that's really gonna show you love because they know what it is.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it's gonna be a lot of people that's just gonna be stuck in a daze because they're studying and how you're moving and how you acting and all that, because they themselves could be an artist on the come up. You know what I'm saying?
It's inspiring too, seeing somebody on the stage to just perform. Like, it takes a lot of like courage. You know what I'm saying?
And given the raw shit in their system, people would take that the wrong way.
Yeah,
I seen people get off the stage and dude over there was looking at me crazy.
Yeah,
or,
it's like-
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
it's like you
Motherfuckers
look
wasn't
at you,
bobbing
though.
their head, but the whole time you got somebody that's just, they just feeling nice.
Yeah.
You
Just
know what I'm
vibing.
saying? And they looking at you, and there's something about you that might have inspired them or give them second thoughts, and they getting ready for their sets and stuff like that. So there's a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to those upcoming artist events. So, you know what I'm saying? Just staying positive, know that you're there for that one reason, to showcase yourself and to network. Because everybody at those you know what I'm saying, upcoming artists, local talent showcase events and all that is there for the purpose of that. So go there with a positive mind and you know what I'm saying, like really take advantage of the situation, network, connect, and just keep those going, because that's your platform until you hit the big stage.
Yeah.
You can practice and mess up as much as you want.
Yeah, literally.
But the big stages, they not gonna forgive you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The big stages, they gonna be like, boo, get this mother. You know what I mean? She gonna fly at you. Fucking sound engineer's gonna cut your sound off. They cut the lights off. They'll fuck around and shut the
man.
stage down.
Hopefully that never happens to.
Yeah, nah, shit gets crazy. You know, the bigger platform, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you make it to the top, once you there with the big league, it's unforgiving. Same way how World Star Hip Hop is, they don't give a fuck.
It's deep waters. You gotta.
You done spent $13,000 on a music video, and the first comment is, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you really gotta, like, what you call it, prepare yourself for that. So you told us about your latest performance, and basically that was like your first performance.
Nah.
That was your first talent showcase.
That was my first one out here.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So you've been doing performances
Yeah, I've been
and stuff
performing
in Brooklyn.
in New York, in Brooklyn. You know, we have my mom has a residency at Elsewhere. It's the second biggest venue in Bushwick.
Word.
And we perform there.
Shout out to Elsewhere.
Shout out to Elsewhere. We perform every 3 months, so like, you know,
Word.
that experience taught me a lot. You know, but yeah, one thing I found, like one thing that helps me while performing, is having the crowd like engage with the song. So for example, like my song "Cry No More," like it's a love song, but the way I split it into like a story, like how we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the song, I'm talking about how everything was cool. You know, we just met. You know, let's take our time. And then as the song progresses, it's talking about the toxic shit, hiding the phone, like pressing my buttons. And then towards the end of the song, it shows like how now after the relationship, I'm like on some fly shit.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the man. Like one of the bars is like, I'm really that guy. That is what the facts say. Like that's after all that. So and the hook is like, I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna try no more. So before a show, I would tell the crowd, I'd be like, yo, I know everybody in here been through a relationship. I know everybody in here had an ex that they miss or ex that they hate, whatever. I get everybody feeling that. And then I'll have the crowd sing the hook. So for example, I'll be like, when I say cry no more, y'all say try no more. For example, I don't wanna cry no more. And the crowd would be like, I don't wanna cry no more. And I feel like that instantly like have them connect to the song. And everybody has a cry no more, try no more. For me, it was my relationship. For somebody else, it might be their 9 to 5. For somebody else, it might be a health issue. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody could relate to a cry no more, try no more. So that's what I do when I perform.
Dope. Now, do you take a DJ with you
No.
as far as your performances, or you just rock out with whatever DJ they got?
Yeah, I rock out with whatever DJ they got.
How do you prep for your shows?
So, it depends the show. So if it's a show like out here in Lancaster with like a whole different crowd of people that I never met before, honestly, I would like rehearse in the shower, bro. Like I would just sing the song, and I'll pray before, and I'll just try to be as confident as I can. And then in New York,
spaghettis.
Yeah, no spaghettis.
No spaghettis.
But in New York with my mom, because like I said, we do artist development. You know, we do all that stuff.
Yeah.
The preparation will be like intense. Like 5 days out the week, we rehearsing at our studio, like full on. Like me and my mom would get into arguments because she'd be like, "Yo, you're not doing enough," and I'm like, I don't got it today. You know what I'm saying? So it would be like that, and preparation would be intense. And honestly, like that's my favorite way to prepare is by just like locking in, doing the song a million times, drilling it into my head. The image, what I'm wearing that day matters too. As an artist, like you gotta have on. I'm not saying fly shit and designer, but matter of fact, real quick, this hoodie is from my mans from Brooklyn. Shout out to Loneless. You heard, this is my brother right here. This hoodie is very tough. You know, it has got little studs.
Okay.
You can see it and shit. Yeah. But yeah. So, yeah, as an artist, you gotta have some type of like style. You know, so like I think about all that before performing. Like, yeah. But I think preparation is the most important thing, though.
Definitely, image is a big thing.
Yeah, image I think is the biggest thing, bro.
People that dress the weirdest,
they
tend to get more attention.
That's a fact.
They're more expressive, you know what I'm saying, style wise.
Yeah.
So with people that are into that, just like off the wall crazy shit, you know what I'm saying, like you would really be a much more sought for individual, especially with companies that are into like fashion and, you know what I'm saying, like visual promotions and marketing and stuff like that, because the more free you are when it comes to styling yourself, the further they can push when it comes to the whole marketing shit.
I think trend setting too is a big part of that. For example, my favorite artist is A Boogie. You know, New York guy, Bronx.
Shout out to A Boogie.
That's my
High Bridge, what up?
Oh, see, that's how true it is. But I think A Boogie, one reason he blew up so crazy is because he was always fly.
Yeah.
And Amiri, Balmain, he was one of the first guys to really like showcase those type of brands and stuff. So I think like being fly and being not even fly, but being creative and being yourself, as far as the way you dress and the way you look, is what will take you to the next level.
Music definitely helps brands out.
Absolutely.
And brands, you know what I'm saying, whether it's hats, whether it's sneakers, whether it's clothing, whether now it's starting to get more, you know what I'm saying? So now it's even recording gear and shit like that, because cameras are starting to really show the behind the scenes of everything. So product placement is starting to be a key feature in streamers and music videos and all that. I mean, it's been, but as far as now, you can literally break down the whole scene in a music video and everything in there. If you're smart, if you're connected, and if your manager's about that money, your whole set will be full of brands.
Yeah, everything's a purpose.
And your whole video could be paid for. Yeah. But given that there's going to be a royalty factor with the whole music and all that shit, either they are liable to receive some sort of royalties off of that shit for that, or that's they're paid to you. You know what I'm saying? They can pay you with supplies, they can pay you with money, use it as marketing for themselves. And all that shit is just gonna go even further if you got a team that is actually pushing you. You know what I'm saying? If you got a machine behind your talent, behind your music and all that shit. So that's why it's important to work with people and work with labels. And a lot of people are pushing the whole, how you say, independent shit. But I think that you need to be on a certain level in music to be able to cross into doing your shit independently and be successful, because even as an independent person, if you don't have that relationship in the industry, you're not really gonna go that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a hold on the industry.
It's true.
And the industry is a neighborhood, and you're not just gonna walk into nobody's neighborhood and sell whatever you want to sell and get away with it without somebody approaching you or blocking you. You know what I'm saying? So, what you call it? Brands, clothing, all that shit together comes together to build the artist also and the image and, you know, showing yourself, your fashion, your presentation.
It's part of the culture.
Facts.
Like Chris Brown, you know, he dances, draws, sings, basketball. Like what an artist is like DJs, the brands, the fashion, the artist, the videographer, everything is a team. Everything is, like you said, a machine. So you need a machine behind you, bro. Like, some
people are meant to be behind the cameras. Some people are meant to be in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
But all together as a team, and the team is what makes it happen.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that operates in a team. Look at your effects. I don't think your effects are working. Let me see. Put your effects up a little bit louder. Hit it again. A little bit louder. Yeah. All right, now for your soundtrack, bring your soundtrack a little bit higher. Drop it down just 1/8 of a notch right there. Check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I think we getting there. Shout out to my man JY.
Shout out JY, man. This had the city on fire. I ain't gonna lie, when this came out.
Yeah, big shout out to JY, G-Star Entertainment. Gabi, what up, Gabi? So you already know, we live on Instagram, we live on TikTok, we live on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
And we haven't shouted anybody out or anything. But as you see, for anybody that's ever been tuned into Lancaster, it's usually me, my co-host DJ, Easy V, and then our guest. So Easy V went to go see his moms, took a little quick vacation down south and all that. So shout out to Easy V. I know he's looking right now. And we replaced Easy V with DJ NENA. So that's it, Easy V. You out of here, bye-bye. Never coming back. No, I'm just joking. Big shout out to DJ NENA. This is your first time DJing on the show, podcast, anything whatsoever.
Yeah,
what you think about it?
It's cool. Like, I was a little nervous, but I feel better.
And on the whole follow-up, I didn't want to say too much to get you nervous because I didn't want to come, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want you to come in here. If it was Easy V, me and him go back and forth, but we got this type of energy. We talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do that with you because you learning. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're a female too, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say the same shit I would say to a female, but not that I would say anything crazy. It's just,
no, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be protective over how you feel behind that because I want you to remain confident.
Yes, sir.
You look good behind the camera, girl. Give yourself a round of applause over there.
Yeah.
She gave herself a round of applause. Said, fuck that fact. Shout out to DJ NENA. You can't hear that, though. Yeah, there you go. In my head. Yeah. Once again, we got DJ NENA on the 1 and 2s, and we got JY3 from Brooklyn in the building.
JY3. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, what song do you have out right now that you promoting or that you about to drop that you want everybody to know about?
So, all right, right now, I got 2 projects that came out, I would say like 4 months ago. So, and those projects are my first projects. So I kind of like started rolling. Like, first project is called Mirrors. It's my experiences that I went through with my ex. And, you know, hence the name Mirrors. I felt like she was my mirror. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had like a little trauma bond. So that Mirrors is where I'm talking about all the love shit, all the cute shit. So that's Mirrors. Y'all can listen to that now. Cry No More is on that song. And there's a song on Mirrors called Mirrors, which is a great song in my opinion. It's a very different sound. It's like a Tusi type beat. Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's on some love
like
shit.
Like a favorite song type shit?
Yeah, literally. And yo, it's crazy you say that, because 2 days ago, bro, I found out that the producer to Mirrors is the same producer to Favorite Song. So it's crazy that you said that, which is, So
shout out to Tusi. That song is fire.
That song is fire.
And that's a song, like how I was saying earlier, if it's a song that has a meaning to it, it's going to go further. You know what I'm saying? With the potential to be a worldwide record and a long-lived record because it sticks to the subject.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying? So
story.
you could dedicate that song and the whole song is going to relate to the person you dedicate it to. It's hard to try to dedicate a song to somebody when only the hook relates to the person that you're trying to dedicate it to.
And then the verse,
because
like,
the rest of it is talking about something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
a fact.
like, just imagine somebody wants to walk down the aisle to your song. And the first thing your song is saying, I love you, you know what I'm saying? I want to be with you forever. And then the fucking verse comes on.
some whole other crazy shit.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck this, fuck that. I'm going to shoot shit up. So you halfway down the aisle and the shit gets gangsta on you.
Right.
And now you looking at everybody
it's like, oh,
looking, the
shit,
preacher
hold on.
looking like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
nah.
So now you take it away from your song actually being something that would be utilized in a more personal way, because when people dedicate songs, they remember it, they replay it, they come back to it, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna last forever. So that's why it's important for artists to stick to the subjects and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Tusi. So with your music, right? Having your latest record that you're promoting now, did you do any music videos or
I got one.
like what type of content do you have out there marketing your music?
So as far as content, that's one thing that I could do and need to do better. You know what I'm saying? I shot one music video, and that was to a song called Attitude that I had my bros on in New York. Shout out Nova, shout out Freddie Mo. But yeah, I got one video, bro, which is crazy. Like, I need to get my shit together. I ain't gonna lie.
Word.
So
And is that something that you still like, how you say, that you still figuring out within yourself how to maneuver marketing your music? Or it's just something that you haven't got to yet because maybe you have a certain idea for how you want to do it and you just haven't found the right situations for it?
I think I haven't found the right team for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have a videographer back at home, and he's great. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sha. He shoots all my behind the scenes footage. He shot Attitude, the video that I was just talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like I need more guidance in that area, because I mix and master my own music as well.
Word.
So, you know, I'm doing that, mixing, mastering. Then I'm like trying to promote it. So like, I need more guidance in the, you know, dropping videos department.
Do you think you mixing and mastering your own music takes away from your time that you will need to be able to make more stuff happen?
Yeah, yes, I would say 100%, because for some songs I'm in the studio 20 hours, literally.
Yeah.
Like 20 hours, and then I finished that session burnt out. And now I don't even want to hear the song anymore, because like, I've been in the studio for 20 hours hearing this shit. So yeah, I do feel like, you know, finding my team, because I have a team, My Slab Entertainment. That's my label that my mom started again when I was 13 years old, and it's an indie label. It's me, my mom, and Nova. That's my brother back home. And yeah, you know, she does everything she can. You know, she's a single mom. You know, she was raising me, so it was
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. Not for real, really. Shout out
Big
to
shout
my
out
mom.
to mom, dudes.
You know what's up. But yeah, so I think it's just prioritizing the things that I could do myself and letting go of the things that I could find someone else to do, so I could do other things. You know what I'm
So
saying?
your moms will basically do the manager role
Yeah.
when it comes to like pushing your talent, pushing you as an artist.
Yeah.
You got your camera guy back home.
Yeah.
You mix and master your own music.
Yeah.
So you're almost there. All
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need is basically a content guy, somebody to run around with a camera.
Yeah.
know
Like
what
I
I'm
said,
saying? Like,
Shaw's good for that, but I can't expect him to be there every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing too.
It's harder when you don't have the type of budget that a label would have.
Yeah.
Because you can't accommodate everybody appropriately.
Yeah.
So everybody can't call off of work and be there and risk, you know what I'm saying, as much as that would risk had it been a bigger situation. And even at that, you get that once in a lifetime situation, it's hard to miss work because it's really gonna weigh down your balance in life. Let's say if somebody's in a good job and they get that once in a lifetime situation where they could DJ at, you know what I'm saying, the biggest concert in the world. one thing you got to look at is that's going to be the biggest opportunity you might have ever approached. But it doesn't mean that you don't got to come back home and keep living until the next situation comes, because you don't know what's coming after that. You know what I'm saying? So thinking that you made it to a record label, or thinking that you made it to a certain situation and being, how you say, content with that situation enough to just throw your whole life behind you, quit everything and say, that's it, I made it. Yeah. It's a dangerous move. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people that really made it to a high pedestal until this day still work some regular jobs, still do regular shit, for the simple fact that it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a lot of good looks out there, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be the best situation yet. And even if you get signed and you get a couple $1 million, you a couple $1 million in debt off the rip. Yep. Cause that couple million is gonna be in advance. You gotta pay that. You gotta work that shit back off. And anybody could work it off. Yeah. If a record label believed in you, or if an independent, you know what I'm saying, investor or artist developer or whoever put money behind you and their experience and connected in the industry, then you have to trust that that person sees the potential in you and knows you have what it takes to make whatever money they put behind you back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So once you do make it to that situation, don't ever slack and feel like, I made it, I got this bread, I don't gotta do nothing else. Because the minute you make it,
it's just the beginning.
It's where it just started.
That's the beginning, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of artists, like, they think they got that little $2 million, well, it's not little, but, $2-3 million contract.
$2-3 million ain't shit.
No, it's not.
I can tell you a couple artists that I see get a couple bags. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Got a couple million a couple times. And to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, maneuvering with people that it's, you know what I'm saying, that has that type of money, you'll realize that $2-3 million isn't a lot. Yeah. It's not a lot to the point where you can't make it back if you don't put you know what I'm saying, if you don't put the fire behind your ass and like really put the work in and make that money back, because like you said, once you make it, it's just the beginning. Yeah. But it's a lot to a lot of people that never seen that type of money, been around that type of money, or see what that money could do. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And people will be happy with 20 racks. Yeah. 30 racks, 15 racks. I see somebody spend 60 racks in 15 minutes. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Right, so it's like, vehicle. People work all year to get 60 racks. I see somebody spending in 15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's definitely crazy. So it's like, you know what I mean? Having good situations within the arm's reach, but not having the secure future is hard to build. It's hard to like have people sacrifice their daily lives, their regular jobs and all that to show up for you while you still building. Yeah. So you're always gonna be the one sacrificing the most. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So continue to work hard and push for yourself, but don't give up on the people that is halfway there for you only because they have no choice.
Yeah, and that halfway,
because if they're halfway there, it's enough to say that they there with you.
Best, because like you said, everybody got their own life. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect somebody just to give you everything, all their time, so
facts. So shout out to everybody that want to help people to as much as they can, but can't go all the way with it, because we understand you got kids. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You got your girl at home and she's real expensive. You got rent and all that, you know what I'm saying? You living with somebody you going 50-50 with, and you got to make ends meet and all that shit, but you want to make somebody else's dream come true along with them, and you care as much and support them also, and you go through a lot, you know what I'm saying? You're going to go through a lot, because shit, if you ain't going through nothing, then you done with life at that point, you know what I mean? Life is all about experiences. You got to live an experience.
That shit gonna make you stronger, make you the person that you supposed to be.
Facts.
Heavy on the supposed to be, because that's why we go through everything.
You have way more music to make with more experience. We was talking about that before the cameras went on. Music is all about experience, and you need it.
It is. I put on my story the other day. I was like, oh, somebody come break my heart so I can make a song about it. I was dead ass serious too. Like,
if anybody want to break his heart, make sure you hit him up.
pull up. I'll put it back
JY3 on all platforms.
All platforms, yes sir. JY3, man, straight from Brooklyn, yes sir.
Like break his heart is crazy.
Oh man.
How about you, Lena? Has it been difficult for you to like have people help you on your way up and all that? Because I know you had people help you get into the whole DJ thing.
Yeah.
Who was your biggest inspiration? Who was the one that helped you out the most?
So the one who actually taught me,
Yeah.
shout out to DJ Nelly. He's the one
Nelly.
who taught me how to DJ. But the person who inspired me to start was my cousin Gama,
Yeah.
back in PR. Love you.
Shout out to Gama.
Yeah. I would always go to PR, you know, and hook up to his car on the aux. And he always tells me, like, Novaya, like, you're really good at switching up the music, but keeping the vibe going. Like, you should try something with that. So then when I got back from that trip, I just tried it.
So you was good with the Bluetooth.
That's fire.
Yeah.
You was the one connecting your phone to everybody's radio, and your playlist was basically the most attractive
That's fire.
playlist out of everybody else's. See, and that's the most important.
Yeah.
Being able to have that ability to pick out good songs for the right occasion, and that's one big sign that, you know what I'm saying, DJing is for you. And then your next step would just be basically learning how to picky.
Yeah.
You Gucci after that.
Right.
So shout out to DJ Nell,
Hey.
Nelly. Shout out to Gama. Gama all the way in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, you know the vibes.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico in the building. Feel me?
What
I
you
don't speak Spanish, but shout out to my Puerto Rican people, you know.
Word. Shout out to all the Boricuas out there. We get closer to the summer.
Yes, sir.
And with the summer comes parades and festivals and all that shit. So one big festival is going to be at the Barnstormers at the Stormer Stadium.
Yeah.
So we got Lloyd, you know what I'm saying? A couple other big artists. And I'm going to put the flyer on my story after this. After this, on all platforms, I'm going to put the flyer. It's Lancaster Stormer Stadium. And, yeah, we're going to have a couple big artists for you. And we're going to be there. So make sure y'all come. It's August. I don't want to get the date wrong. Let me hold up. Because I'll be all over the place. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll be all over the place. I got you right now. Shout out to my man Ralph, too. Happy birthday. Shout out to Ralph. It's Ralph's birthday today. Big shout out to Ralph.
Wait, it's tourist season, right?
Yeah. Shout out to all the tourists out there.
Tourist. Shout out to my tourist people, you heard?
Yeah.
I think we most hated, but I don't think we that bad.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's hated on their season.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a Sagittarius. When Sagittarius
I am
comes
a
in, they hate us. That's
Amen.
it. But we gotta wait till everybody else is done. Cause our shit's at the end of the year.
I hate
in
it.
the cold.
That's double the gifts though for Christmas.
Facts.
Christmas time.
So the Lancaster Fall Fest of 2025, September 19th. Lancaster Fall Fest. We got Pleasure P, Bobby V, and Lloyd performing live.
Be outside, man.
Live at the Stormer Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Make sure you get your tickets for that. We started early so we can make sure everybody finds out about it and gets their tickets and meet us all at the Stormer Stadium. So Stormer Stadium, September 19th is a Friday. The weather's going to be nice and the music's going to be great. So make sure you get your tickets for that. I'll put the tickets in my story right after this live. Now, it's 7:12. We already been on here for an hour.
Damn, it feel like 20 minutes.
It goes fast.
Nah, it's fire though.
Once this podcast is done, we're going to do the freestyle, in-studio freestyle, live
sir.
performance with JY3, and then we're going to post that tomorrow. So tomorrow you can come back and look at it. If you look at this podcast after the freestyle, then I hope you enjoy the podcast. You know what I'm saying? But before we start reaching to the end, is there any questions that any of y'all have to me?
I guess who inspired you to start like this industry, basically, like starting in this industry?
So I got into artist development, like I was telling JY3 earlier. I got into this whole artist development thing with the intentions of promoting and marketing myself as an artist. And eventually, everything that I do now, whether it's DJing, whether it's recording music, whether it's photography, videography, promotions, you know what I'm saying, events, working with the artists and all that shit, everything that I'm doing now, I was basically taking baby steps in to eventually do it for myself, in the sense that I couldn't afford myself that type of service, or, you know what I'm saying, or have, pay anybody to do that shit for me. So I figured that if I learned it myself, I could make it far. But in the process of that, people started seeing me do all this for myself, and it became a service to everybody else. And once I saw that I was able to get a lot more support just off of people more interested in the services that I would provide, instead of being an artist, being a DJ, instead of being an artist in a music video, being the video director, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? People supported me more in that, and I figured like this lane is smaller, less people in, less competitive, and I feel that I could get a lot further in. You know what I'm saying? With the small amount of time that we have in life, and jumped out the window with it, and I just kept going, and not knowing that it was artist development until after Mike Towers ended up putting me on with my manager, Gabi, and, me like really defining what it was that I was doing, all the way to the point where now I recognized, you know what I'm saying, that it's artist development that I was set out to do, as far as my life, my purpose, and helping others, and try to get people to, help themselves, and, help others that needed guidance, and, help artists, because even artists could get it to the top, but eventually that could start to fade. So now you gotta get back to the table and refigure shit out.
Yeah,
so now you know what I'm saying? Now you reintroducing the same artist in a different way, because now you have to rebrand. Now you have to technology, and you know what I'm saying, everything changes eventually. So it's like you gotta really be up to par with that shit, and continue to like really, I keep saying really, but you gotta like, stay in moda. You gotta stay in with the trends and shit like that. So, I got into that, and that's what I've been doing for years. So artist, in the beginning, being an artist was my main inspiration. That brought me into the music. And then trying to figure out how to make myself blow up, I ended up into artist development. So the person that took me the furthest is definitely my manager, Gabi, G-Star Entertainment. So shout out to Gabi.
Shout out Gabi, man.
Yeah. And the one that put me on to Mike Towers was, of course, my man Panama, Soundcheck Live Entertainment. Put me on to, you know what I'm saying, having me doing the shows, and I would go to Allentown, to Maygate, and I would do photography for the artists and all that. He was bringing out artists out here doing concerts. So his niche was concerts. He was bringing out, either artists that was coming up and then ended up blowing up, or artists that was already blown up. You know what I'm saying? And the one that put me on to Panama was Smash. DJ Smash, York City Sound, Smash Radio. He had us on a radio station and all that shit too. So shout out to DJ Smash. And before that, it was, you know what I'm saying, Wayne Y. City. He does the basketball tournaments out there in York. And working with D. Will also. Before that, it was the Colazzos. I was working with the Colazzos in downtown Lancaster. And we had the we had the club in the Brunswick Hotel. So that was called El Paraíso.
Okay.
And before that, it was DJ Paul. So shout out to DJ Paul, aka DJ Sassy. Yo, my man's the best bachata salsa dancer I know out here. So when you hear about salsa classes and stuff like that, most likely you're gonna walk into a room with DJ Paul.
Him and his wife are amazing.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Paul. And before that, you know what I'm saying? I was just detailing cars and doing my artist thing. So DJ Paul was working with me at the dealership doing detailing.
Oh wow. Damn.
Yeah.
So y'all go way back.
And the crazy twist about that is DJ NENA used to dance for the dance group that DJ Paul used to host back in the days with the Puerto Rican Culture Center.
Yeah.
Dance group called JY3. So DJ NENA was like 3 years old.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, she was young. It's crazy. She was young. And I kicked off my DJ career DJing for that dance group. So shout out to DJ JY3. You know what I'm saying? And then I said DJ JY3. Shout out to DJ Paul and JY3 dance crew. And I was DJing for the Puerto Rican parade. Yeah, I be DJing for the parade and all that. And then before that, my man Tito Disla, he had a club called Club Ivana in downtown. It was behind Yorgos, downstairs in the back, in the alleyway. So under that building, there was a club, and it was Ivana's out there. So he was the first one to basically give me a platform to DJ off of. He was doing a hookah lounge. And then, you know what I'm saying, we was doing parties there, and all the way to the last Puerto Rican parade that I ended up DJing. We had the after party in there. And then pretty much the Puerto Rican parade ended after that. You know what I'm saying? Everything switched up and all that shit. But yeah, so shout out to everybody. That was just a little piece of history and, you know, little timetable of how I ended up getting to where I'm at now. But the story gets longer than that, because before that, then it was a whole nother life story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, how about you as far as what would be your question?
I have a question for you. But one thing that I do want to say is, all right, so you said that you started as an artist first, right?
Yeah.
And like you just dreaming about that and you just like being like open to trying shit is what got you here now. So like one thing I tell my friends is like, it's okay to dream and go through with that dream, but if that dream don't work, now that dream might put you on a whole different path to where you really supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's important where people like just dream, bro. Like everybody just got to dream. If you don't make it as an artist, DJ Logic is proof that you can make it somewhere, do something. And I think it's all about just doing shit and trying shit. You know?
Facts.
So that was fire, what you said.
Thank you.
All right.
Definitely dreaming is pre-planning.
Yeah, we got a dream, bro. I feel like that's what makes us happy internally. Like, if you know doing our 9 to 5, paying our bills, and not dreaming, we gonna be one of those people where it's like I don't know, it's gray all day. Like, it's not really like not to live for. I ain't gonna say all that, but like people got to dream, bro. People gotta like find passion. You know what I'm saying? That's I think that's the key to a happy life, to wake up and chase a dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my question for you is, if there's a moment in your life, right, or like a time that you felt like where it's like, damn, like I'm happy, like I'm genuinely content where I'm at right now in life. Because I don't want to say, oh, I made it, because you know everybody got so much more to do. But like, if you could tell us like that one moment in your life where you felt like, damn, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Like, what moment was that?
It took a long time to get there. It took a long time for me to really like find my happiness in doing everything that I'm doing, because it wasn't until after I learned and after I experienced everything that I realized life could have ended a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Life could have been a lot harder for me, even at this time. And even though I can't really sit here and say that life is easy with everything that I have, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely easier than what it used to be. But my life is still hard on the level that I'm at. So my complications could be just as aggravating, just as you know what I'm saying? Like how you say, just as frustrating as somebody that's all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because life doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? Like your situations are never gonna be the best. You're never gonna be finished of all the problems that life is gonna hand you. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be complications, always gonna be bump in the roads. And for me to like really feel like a lot of my complications were done, it took for me to have everything that you see here, to be able to sit back, especially in a room like this with nobody here, and just think to myself, I sit at that table where she's at. That's why I edit that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me to be able to sit here and look around and say, I have all this, and you know what I'm saying, like I no longer have any worries, it's premature of me, because at any given moment I could even lose all this.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even at this age and this far into the industry, I still say to myself, I need to prepare myself for what's gonna come after this, because if I plan to live for a long time, I'm gonna have to start a different type of life unless I prepare myself now. You know what I'm saying? Within the next 10, 20 years. Because once we get to a certain age and this type of work is not beneficial to our, you know what I'm saying? To our circumstances at that moment, then what am I gonna look like trying to be a videographer for an artist? A young kid, little, you know what I'm saying? A little 19-year-old little hoodlum with 30 dudes with him running from people beefing, all crazy shit happening, and I'm 60 years old. It's gonna be impossible.
That's true.
So it's like you make your goals and you make them accomplishable, you accomplish them, but then you make another goal to keep yourself going, because it's the minute that you stop that you're gonna find yourself getting older, that you're gonna find your body hurting more, that you're gonna wanna do less things because you get too tired too fast. So you don't ever wanna get comfortable. So I can't really say that I could ever be happy where I'm at, because I know that, and I'm always gonna tell myself, don't ever get comfortable. So I keep my brain going, I keep my body moving, and you know what I'm saying? I just keep preparing myself for the next.
Yes, sir.
So while this right here could be so beautiful in your eyes, to me this is just temporary. This is for now, but I need to prep myself for next. You know what I'm saying? And I always said that I might wanna fucking retire in the barbershop. Sit behind a chair. I started in the barbershop. So eventually I'm gonna end up probably just standing behind a chair, cutting hair until I'm old and gray. If God willing, I make it that far. And then, you know what I'm saying? Tell my story behind the chair with all my pictures on the wall. You already know there's always OGs. The barbershop owners got stories for days.
Hell yeah.
And it's because even owning a barbershop is a long, you know what I'm saying? It's a long journey, and to make a barbershop successful and make it more than what it is. So shout out to Al's Millennium Barbershop in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Al is one of my biggest mentors, you know what I'm saying? And this guy went from cutting hair in the basement and owning barbershops to entrepreneurship. He got a barbershop school. He got property and all that shit, investing money and doing way more. He was a hustler more than just a barber. You know what I'm saying? So he really showed me how to stay on my one and, you know what I'm saying, on my one and twos and keep it moving and don't ever settle for less. Shout out to Flacco, who's next barbershop. He took me on tour with him and showed me the road and prepped me for working with celebrities and shit like that, because it was pretty much the same concept. Following him around with the camera and learning how that shit goes, you know what I'm saying? I was able to take on the industry and work in the industry and do the industry shit with an ease, because it was so familiar to how even, you know what I'm saying, Flacco was moving as a barber. J Valentine the barber, who's next barbershop. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wilkes. Wilkes had Final Fade barbershop. He was the first barber to let me cut his hair in Lancaster when I came out of it.
That's crazy you say that because actually, the Final Fade, my dad used to own that with his friend like back in the day. So that's crazy.
So Wilkins had that, and his mother had the salon next door. So shout out to Final Fade. I don't know if is it still there or not.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
Word. At least it keeps the name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that name.
As soon as you walk
Yeah,
in,
that's
my
fine.
chair was on the right hand side.
Final
Yeah.
Fade is a good name. Barbershop is fine.
Shout out to Wilkins. And yeah. And you know, I went to barber school multiple times trying to get my certification and all that. So it happened with the Lancaster School of Cosmetology in the mall. So, you know, we ended up having to forfeit that whole situation, but it wasn't nobody's fault that worked there. Yeah. This was all something internally with the organization that, you know, actually ran the school and all that. But the teachers and everybody, super cool. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in there, it was, you know, I made a lot of memories with everybody. But barbering was one of my first passions. Music came second, and everything else came after it. Art was my first passion. And then everything that's related to art, barbering, you gotta see a fade, you gotta see a straight line. You know what I'm saying? With the music shit, you gotta have concept. You gotta really like put art into the shit. Graphics, photography, video, everything is art. So art was definitely my first love. I used to draw lowrider pickup trucks and shit like that. And fucking trees and houses and shit, you know what I mean? And then writing was with that because I would draw pictures and then I would write poems. Then I started putting poems behind music, and then that's where I got the artist shit from. Yeah. And started doing that.
Nah, I can relate to that too. The poems with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire.
So definitely. So, you know, it was definitely a long journey. And, you know, I would do shit halfway and jump into something else. So it was, a lot involved in really trying to find happiness.
Yeah.
In a long journey, and I can say it's definitely still a long journey to this day.
Absolutely.
But I got a lot of good, supportive people around me,
Yeah, that makes it
including the
easier.
people that, you know what I'm saying, I wake up and see every morning. Yeah. Those are the people that really been there behind the scenes that I don't really put out there too much, but has been the biggest help and see me through my worst. Dragged through the floor, you know what I'm saying, down to negative $500 in a bank account multiple times. Yeah. I could have all this and still go negative on my bank account.
That's a fact.
But best believe in 2 days I could wake up plus 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Back, so it's like having that ability to be able to pick myself off of a bad situation makes me happy. And then the happiness is only gonna last until, you know what I mean? I'm back in that negative and I gotta really hustle my ass off and do something. But once I hit that negative, I love going negative all the time because it shows me a new way to hustle because I'm gonna find my way out of it. Yeah. My built-in inner hustler is gonna force me to find my way out of that, and most likely it's gonna be something new that I learned in the process. Yep. So I think being happy is accepting your situation. I accept life and the complications and the hardness to it. Because without any complication, we're always gonna be bored. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people do bored shit and get into like really bored situations that probably, you know what I'm saying, can fuck around and cost you your life. People get into drugs when they bored. You know what I'm saying? People get into
the streets,
into wrong shit when they bored. So you know what I mean? So you know, I enjoy the complications. So, but I'm happy with just being alive in general.
Hell yeah. Shout out to that, bro. God bless. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you already know. I appreciate y'all. DJ NENA, I want to see more of you. And I know that party last night took that little voice away and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we going to bring you back, though.
Yeah, I'm down.
Definitely going to bring you back. And, you know, we do the live DJ sessions usually after the podcast. So I want to bring you back, have you do some live sessions and all that. So when Easy V comes back, it'll be something that we could do collaborative shit with. And hopefully you and JY3 could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gonna tap in.
Could network,
For sure.
grab each other's information and all that, you know? Keep
yeah.
it going. You got your whole life ahead of you, girl. I see you going real far with it. You super consistent even now, and I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
I've seen it from dance moves all the way to fucking
Yeah, you seen the
scratching.
whole story.
Even though
3
she
years
don't
old.
remember, that's how young she was.
I think I
crazy.
That
was
she don't
like
remember
8.
me.
I don't know. I can't remember.
She was because we had 2 sets of really young kids that they were like 5, 6 years old,
Yeah.
but they still knew the dance moves though. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy shit is, I still got videos and pictures.
Wow.
I got all my hard drives. I got about over 112 hard drives full of my whole career, basically, since 2009. All right there behind you in that little black box. If you want to know who's in there, you can name anybody from French Montana, from Cardi B, from Diddy, you know what I'm saying? For not nothing crazy, so don't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Nobody
yeah,
else
yeah.
getting no ideas.
No Diddy, no Diddy.
No, I was working.
I'm
I've
saying?
been working, and everything I got is definitely nothing that can put anybody at any type of jeopardy. I do not have non-authorized content or explicit images of anything that I wasn't supposed to take any pictures or videos of. And not to say that I was even in a situation where I could have, but I didn't. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was all professional work. So when I reference to having everything in my career, what I'm referring to is every artist I ever worked with, every party I ever threw, you know what I'm saying, that I had a camera with me is like since the beginning of my career. In this whole situation, 2009, I have almost all the pictures and videos of all of it. So when that documentary comes, just know it's going to be crazy.
I'm looking forward to that.
And you can add
Definitely.
this to the documentary too.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? JY3.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
DJ
you, bro.
NENA. JY3. Tell them where to find you. Social media platforms and all that.
So you can find me on Instagram at j.y.3_ and find me everywhere else on JY3. You know? Yeah. I appreciate you for the
JY3.
opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot.
Facts.
Definitely.
I appreciate you coming in. You know what I'm saying? Wish you the best.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Thank you, bro. Yes, sir.
DJ NENA, where can they find you at? Loud and clear.
You can find me on Instagram at _DJ NENA with 2 A's at the end. And then that's the same thing for my TikTok.
NENAA.
NENA.
NENAA. So if you want to book DJ NENA for any of your future events, she does them all, including clubs,
Yeah.
weddings, bachelor parties, you know what I'm saying? Bachelorette parties and all that. She do it all. She's on the come up. She's on her grind. She's hungry and she's ready to work. So make sure y'all hit up DJ _ NENAA, DJ NENA in the building. I appreciate you. And you already know, Lancastar Podcast. We live. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. If you tuned in and we didn't shout you out, we didn't see you, I could definitely reassure you that none of us had any cell phones out this whole time. So we don't know who was paying attention, who shared, commented, liked, or anything, but we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yes, sir.
And of course, like I do every single time on this podcast, big shout out to Cloud9 Lounge. Make sure y'all go check out Cloud9 Lounge, 1730 Columbia Avenue. It is a members only lounge after 10 p.m. So if you don't got your membership, 717-466-9906. You can apply through the phone or you can apply in person. Members only after 10 p.m. and you can bring your guests with you and stuff like that. But other than that, regular hours are going to be 3 p.m. all the way to 2 p.m. all the way to 3 a.m. on the regular. And that's going to be Tuesday through Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We got the games over there. We got the hookahs. We got the pool tables and all that. It's a super, super dope spot. We got the grand opening coming. We haven't even did the grand opening yet.
Nah, I need a membership, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna reach out. Cause
We opened it up softly. You know
that
what I'm
picture you
saying?
posted was, I'm like, nah, this shit.
Oh, no, there's a whole bunch more pictures.
Yeah, nah,
But we're
I'm
going to
trying
have
to
the Mother's Day brunch there, too. And the food is crazy. So the catering for that day, we're going to announce all that. We got the flyers and everything coming. Big shout out to Kerry Ellis. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to JY3.
Yes, sir. Shout out to y'all, man. Everybody that was watching, showing love. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, big shout out to you and your family,
Yes,
your
sir.
moms,
Thank
and keep it going. I want to
you,
see
bro.
more. I want to see
Got you.
everything.
Got you.
And also stay tuned for the JY3 live in-studio performance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
DJ NENA. Yeah. DJ G Logic. I forgot to take my do-rag off, and this shirt got me looking fat as shit. And these G's is mad tight, but
Nah,
hey.
you fly though, bro.
Hey. I try.
Fly shit, you know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to my guys out on vacation right now. Easy V. Hurry up and get back. We got more podcasts coming, more guests. If you want to be on the guests, if you want to be our next guest on the Lancaster podcast, shoot me a DM, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to be a featured DJ on the podcast, also shoot me a DM. If I don't see it fast, I'm going to see it eventually. As you see, I got more than one phone. You know what I mean? 2 other ones that you don't even see in the picture. But, yeah. Big shout out to everybody on the come up. And shout out to JI. Shout out to Effecto. EFXTO. The hottest and the dopest US boy band on the come up right now. Effecto. Big shout out to Effecto.
Yes, sir.
Got a new song, Aventura, coming up soon. And they from New York, too.
Or
J.I.
shout
from
out
Brooklyn,
to New York,
too.
man.
You know what I mean? Big shout out to
already know.
Brooklyn.
I can't wait to go
Yeah.
back. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, big
I
shout out
feel
to
like,
Brooklyn, man. Shout out to BX. Shout out to all the boroughs.
Real quick, shout out to Zamage on the shirt. Shout out to
Zamage.
Zamage on the pants, you know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to my man, Zach.
Yeah, shout out Zach, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jeans tough. The whole collection is tough. Zamage is where it's at. If you need clothes, you need drip, go to Zamage. JY3
Zamage.
approved. JY3 approved. Word.
Big shout out to my man, Zach. You already know, been doing it for the longest. He's another Lake City legend.
Hell yeah.
Another person we can learn a lot from and appreciate. We appreciate you, my guy. So you already know, it's DJ G Logic, DJ NENA, JY3, Lancaster podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, and continue to share even after the live is done. You know what I mean? And stay tuned. Lancaster Live podcast, Saturdays at 6 p.m. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
Am I wrong? Thinking of the box.